Mitt navn Eivind Bakke. Jeg ansvarlig for Veeam hos Commaxx, og vi gjør en oppdatering hvert kvartal. Denne gangen så tar vi en oppdatering på Kasten og Kubernetes backup. Det et relativt nytt felt for de aller fleste, også for oss i Commaxx, så vi har måttet gjøre en reach out til noen som kan det litt bedre enn det vi kan. Og vi har fått med oss Stefan fra Veeam, som har holdt interne prestasjoner på det, og også har begynt å holde high-level prestasjoner på det ut mot kundene, slik jeg har forstått. Litt praktisk om webinaret i dag, det still gjerne spørsmål i chat, så tar vi det i en Q&A på slutten. Webinaret det tas opp, så det mulig å dele denne flausen vi hadde i starten her med flere. Forhåpentligvis så blir det mindre av det senere. Og vi deler prestasjon og opptak i etterkant. Så litt om agendaen i dag, det hva Kubernetes og hvordan virker det? Litt om oppkjøpet håper jeg at dekkes, og litt om løsningen selvfølgelig, så man vet hva det og hvordan det ser ut, og kanskje til og med litt i bruk. Dette som sagt veldig nytt for oss også. Helt til slutt så tar vi en Q&A, og så får vi se på dette som en begynnelse på vår reise med Kasten felles. Jeg skal ikke kjede dere veldig mye med hva vi har, og her ser dere også med litt tekst ved siden av. Veeam selvfølgelig viktig for oss, og Veeam knytter seg til en del ting som sentralt for dere. Vi jobber mye med Veeam og Dell om dagen, Veeam og Exagrid, og selvfølgelig mye med Veeam og Microsoft og VBO. Det blir spennende å se hva vi kan gjøre ut av det med Kubernetes backup også. Hvis det produkter som utover det, som dere synes interessante, så tar dere selvfølgelig kontakt med meg, så skal vi passe på at vi får dekket det. Og ser dere også teksten. Det viktig for oss å optimalisere kostnader for dere, automatisere prosesser og utvikle og bygge nye tjenester. Og det siste jo litt det som vi har et stort fokus på, og som også kan gjelde Kasten og Kasten-tjenester. Så ta en reach out hvis det interessant, så skal jeg hjelpe dere å gjøre noe mer ut av dette. Teamet som dere helt sikkert kjenner litt fra før. De fleste av dere snakker sikkert mye med Kim. Kim jo vår lisensspesialist og primus motor og motor på Veeam-teamet. Har bistått med å lage en del av de portalene vi har blant annet. Jørn en person dere bør da ha øynene mer oppe for også. Han jo da en teknisk ressurs, men har den fine biten både å være teknisk og kunne salgsspråk, og har satt opp mye Veeam-løsninger. Han en VMCE også, så han kan det rent tekniske. Kristine, som hjelper oss med webinaret i dag, og som sikkert erger seg litt for at jeg presenterer på den måten her med presenter screen, og ja, hun dronninga på markedet hos oss, hjelper oss veldig mye med paketering og det med tjenester og den type ting. Og så har vi Anders på innsalg som hjelper oss med renewals, og Kristian og jeg som egentlig håndterer det ut mot dere og med dere ut mot kundene. En siste oppfordring før jeg gir ordet over til Stefan jo at vi har mer og mer fokus på å få ut nyttig materiell, og da LinkedIn en viktig kanal, og nyhetsbrevet vårt en viktig kanal. Så det en oppfordring hvis dere ikke der allerede, til å delta på det. Og da skal jeg ta og gi ordet over til Stefan, ja. Stefan, are you ready to talk about a bit about Kasten, Kubernetes, what it is, and how people can use Kasten for their Kubernetes backup?
Yes, of course. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, and we can see your screen as well.
This is great. This is great. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stefan Rehnelt and I work for Kasten, and I am from the sales perspective handling the territory of the DACH region, of the Benelux region, and also the Nordic. and I have the pleasure to show you something about our solution Kasten K10. So first we will see a short video how it looks like to handle Kasten K10. After then I can show you some presentation about Veeam and also Kasten and Veeam together. So I hope now you see my screen.
You can see your screen.
Yes, we do.
So we have three big topics into Kasten K10. It's backup, it's restore, and this migration of your whole application stack who is running in a Kubernetes cluster. First of all, if you install K10 into your Kubernetes cluster, K10 will automatically scan the cluster and found out which is the master nodes and what is the worker nodes. And the worker nodes is the application from the customer running, and this is the most interesting point for us. We don't care about the master nodes. So first we will do a backup. Here you see how Kasten K10 looks like from the UI perspective, but also to let you know, you can handle it completely via the console. If you want to speak directly to the API, is no problem. First, what you see here is that K10 find out there are 3 unmanaged applications in that cluster. And now we can do a deep dive into the application. So there are 2, GitLab and Redis. We go deeper into GitLab and we can see data, network, workloads, and so on, and also the configuration. But now we need to make a backup for these applications. So we go to Policize and create a new one. We give it a name and we go to Snapshot. Here you can you can set you want it hourly, monthly, daily, weekly, and also daily, hourly, or every 5 minutes. It's up to you how you like to do a backup of your application. Then you can set you wanted to do it by name or by labels. And also you can with filter found out what content do you want to back up. In this case, we want to back up the complete application. Here you see that you can also go directly to the Jumble file and do whatever you want also via the console, and you will see every change that you make there directly also on the front end. So now we start the policy, go back to the dashboard, and you can see here that the job is well done now, and you can also go deeper into your logs to see more about the events who are running and at the back end. So like you see, it is very easily to handle. So the backup is ready now and we go to the restore. Look like near the same. So now you see we have backup, 1 application, 2 are not managed in the moment. And you see here, this is the backup we did before. We go now to restore that application. Here you see the backups. When you do more, there are even more. And you can also take the decision with part of the application you want to restore. We want to restore in this case here the complete application. And here you see it's running. And you can also go into the logs and see what's happened. It's very, very fast. So the restore is also done. And you can do the restore on the same platform, but you can also choose to make it to another one. It's up to you where you want to storage your backup, or even if you want to run again your restore. What really interesting for most of our customers is the app mobility that you have with Kasten K10. It's look like the same, with a little bit different. But also now you go here and you take now the export button. You go to your last snapshot, or even this one that you want to move. You see where the data is, and you can also see everything what it's into the whole stack. You can also set you want to move only a part of it. Here you have to copy your security key, and you go back to the dashboard, and it starts to export. So what you see here is a brand new platform. There are not 3 unmanaged application, only 1. And you see also here is no policy at the moment. So it's a brand new platform with a default application set. And now you go to new policies, give that a name, but not you go not to snapshot, you go to import. And also here you have the opportunity to set how often you want to import these application, maybe from a disaster recovery perspective, if you want to do that more than one time. Here you put the key inside. Choose which profile do you want to have, and also you can go to the Jumble file and click directly what you want to change over the IP. And now you see that it's starting. It's also very fast. You see the activities. You see that the complete stack will move to another platform, and here we are. So the GitLab application that we have first backup and then move to another platform has already done very fast. This is how it looks like from the perspective of the dashboard, and how easy it is to move on with Kasten K10. Now I'll show you a little bit more what's behind that. So with the acquisition from Veeam side with Kasten, you have from the customer perspective a solution where you can handle the complete stack for data management and data protection of your whole environment. You can use it from the physical side over the virtual machines to Office 365 or other cloud platforms, from a backup, replication, also monitoring and other stacks. And also you have with Kasten K10 the opportunity to handle your complete Kubernetes stack with one solution. So yes, we do backup and recovery, what other solutions can also do. But with K10, you have more a data management solution than a backup solution only, because you can do to move your application. For example, you can take the decision to set In the morning time, I want to run my Kubernetes environment over Azure in the United States. On the midday, you want to change it to AWS in Canada, and in the afternoon, you want to move it to London, maybe from GCP, AWS, whatever you want. And in the evening time, you want to go to Norway, Sweden, or Finland to your on-prem platform, and you can do that only with clicking some buttons to move your complete stack. And this is more than backup or recovery, because you can change all your multi-clouds or hybrid environments, and you can do that with state less faster than when you do it alone. But the whole magic comes when you do it with a stateful set, and you have to move all your service application above on Kubernetes, so one data bank or even more, and also the persistent storage. The whole solution is multi-tenancy with Airbag, so you have a really good data management opportunity on Kubernetes. The difference from the perspective of the whole environment between us and other competitors is that we are taking not a focus on backup from the infrastructure. So if you do that, and other vendors do that, you have maybe a good solution to back up your storage, so your persistent volumes, but not more. And from our perspective, it makes sense to control the whole stack, because the end customer take care of the whole application, not only storage or only etcd or RPE servers. So the end customer want more a complete safe set. And for that, you need to take your focus to the application. And this is what K10 do and offer the customers. So we take care of the whole stack, not only the storage or only a data band. The whole stack of your worker node will completely be under control. And the whole solution is very friendly to both sides of your DevOps team. So your dev can simply talk to the RPE with the console, and can do their scripts they ever do also in the past. They can easily and automate the policy-based thing that they need, and they can really do a simple job to configure everything they want to do with K10. On the other side, your ops team have an enterprise solution where they can very easy over the UI control the complete set. And it's like you see here, you see one area more data, but at the end you have on the left side the application, where like you saw it, you can go deeply into the application, found out what you want to take care or not. You can set up the very easy the policy and make them drive in automatically, and you have the complete knowledge of your data. The complete solution have a high end-to-end security, and it's very easy to handle. What's also different between other solutions, we are not only take a focus on storage or on Kubernetes by themselves. So if you use Kubernetes have a self-healing system inside and make the backup by themselves, but only of the components who make Kubernetes running, not from the storage side, not from the data above, from Kubernetes. And this is the big difference. So K10 take care of your storage and give you the opportunity to have the freedom of choice, what you want to take on the storage side. So you have not one login vendor, for example, to Pure or NetApp. On the other side, you have also the control of your distribution, even if it run on public like AKS or EKS on Amazon or GKE on GCP, but also on-prem if you want to use Ranger, OpenShift, Vanilla Kubernetes or others, and the data service who's running above. All this is a topic of K10 to take care of. Here you see a case of a customer of us, and it's one of the top global customers. They are working in the financial services, and they're running their infrastructure on AWS, only with the infrastructure on AWS. So all Kubernetes stuff is developed by themselves. They are only using the virtual machines and other infrastructure stuff of AWS. So what they looking for was a solution who is built for Kubernetes and is easy to handle because they have a DevOps team with more focus on dev than on ops. So the solution have to be very easy. You see here that they have 2 more availability zones for security, and we have to speak all zones on airbag. It's also a nice topic. And at the end, it's a financial customer, so they have a high security topic here. And they found out that Kasten K10 was the best solution for them. So they work with our product, and they are very happy with it. Other interesting point is that we have a customer in France. It's working in the IT environment and have a huge OpenShift cluster running on AWS. And they want to switch from 3.11 to 4. I think 3 or 4. I'm not sure which one, but it's 4. And they have a huge developer team who have direct access every day on that cluster. And also they need a really easy to use a tool to move from 3 to 4. Red Hat don't help them because they said like, and it's also a point where other vendors said the same. It's easy, roll up a new environment, roll up OpenShift 4, and then you move all your stack. But for this customer, it means they have more than 1,000 worker loads, and even it's a nice secrets and security level there, and they have a lot of services who are running. They have to move step by step every application. This will take months. So you move one application, test it, and then you give it back to the platform. They haven't know that time period. They have only a weekend. First, the customers start to do it by themselves and take a look to the open source on the cloud native environment to find out what he can use, but he haven't found something. And then he was very lucky to found Kasten K10. Together with that customer, we make it happen to make the move on a weekend. All the application want to lift and running from 3 to 4 in OpenShift, and we do that on a weekend, and the customer liked it a lot and found no other solution who can do that. So what we solve for problems, we give you an easy management tool to take complete control also of your up-running databases. You have the freedom of choice to use whatever you want on whatever you want platform. You can move your application very fast. You have a very secure one, and we can make your DevOps team very fast on CI/CD. From the perspective from Kasten to Veeam, it's very good for us that we are together now with Veeam because we have a solid financial situation, and it's pretty clear that we are also on the market in the next years. This is typical a problem for small startups that the financial situation is not clear, and for very big customers it's a hot topic on the legal side. So here we stand on a very good position. What said the rest of the world about our solution? The rest of the cloud native world have the opinion that at the moment Kasten is the best solution that you can choose. I know the market is fast. I know other will take a look to other solution and will maybe switch their technology to the same direction. We will see. But at the moment, you will not find another solution who offer you these flexibility. There are others outside, and maybe you can do the same, but in most cases you have do it on a very complex way, not easy clicking some links. So then you have a big ops team to handle that. A little look into the future. So we think that in Q1 next year, the Veeam customers who are using a Veeam console will also have integrated K10 if they want to, so only have one console to handle all the topics from physical to containers to Kubernetes, but also customers who maybe wants to separate it because of other teams, or they need only the container solution. It will also be a console only for K10. So at the end, you will have a solution more than backup and recovery. It's built for Kubernetes. It's easy to use. It's have a high security level. When you take a look to the to YouTube or on our website, you will see that a couple days ago we announced and launched that at the moment K10 is the only enterprise solution who protect you from ransomware into your Kubernetes and Docker container environment. It's a nice video to see how it will be an attack on AWS into an environment and how we handle it in under 4 minutes to bring the whole application back from a ransomware attack. It's very nice to take a look on that. So here I'm ready with my presentation. Do you have any questions, and what do I have to make to stop the sharing?
I think Christina can help you stop the sharing. Thank you, Stefan, for a good walkthrough on Kasten and Kubernetes backup. I think it's a bit complex matter for at least for us in Commaxx, but I reckon for some of the partners as well. You talked a bit about the market. It's booming, but what should customers or partners look for in their customers? Which people should they talk to? How do you get into the Kubernetes world and the Kubernetes backup discussion?
Is my sharing running?
No, it's your screen only. It's your face only right now.
So maybe you can I can share my screen again. Wait a second. Is it running? Show my screen. Yeah, now you only see my face, right?
And now we see you. The screen is coming, but now we only see your face again. So
wait a second. So I want to share. Do you see the presentation now?
Not yet.
Now.
There it is.
Wait.
There it was.
So do you see it now? Yes,
now
I
we
think
see
so. Sorry for the confusion. It's my first time to use GoToWebinar.
So, Stefan, I did the same mistakes, so no worries.
So what is cloud native? This is maybe the first thing that you have to understand. Cloud native means that you want to run an application into the internet. So in the past, the application was built monolith, and when you have bought, for example, Windows X, what's the name? XP, I think so. And you work with it, and 2 years later it came Windows Vista, and another 2 years later Windows 7, and so on and so on. This is monolith application, and it cannot run with application very good when you have it in the internet. For example, maybe you can mention that Google Gmail cannot build on monolith applications, because you cannot switch every 2 years the Google Gmail suite, and the customer have to wait half an hour or maybe a weekend for the new email platform. So they think about how we have to build applications to run every day, never stop. Even if I change something, they have to run every day. And this is CI/CD, so continuous development and continuous integration into your application. And they do it with microservices. But the microservices need a container environment. This is because everything is starting to change of the internet. And maybe you know the past 20 years, it starts with virtualization. This was also a big part, not only for VMware, also for Veeam. And other companies like AWS starts with the first infrastructure as a service offers for customers. And by the time goes on, containers come into 2013, and in 2015, Google's give the Linux Foundation Kubernetes. Kubernetes was a copy of Google Borg. A little bit different, but Google Borg is the Google OS system who is running on the infrastructure to make things happen like Gmail or, for example, YouTube and other things. So it's built on container infrastructure. And Google have the idea, I think, in 2014 to said, hey, let's give the world our solution. Let's make a very good situation for the whole container environment, that other companies can also use that because it makes sense. And they give it to the Linux Foundation, and here they build up a new foundation under the Linux umbrella, and this is called Cloud Native Computer Foundation. And they start with Kubernetes. At the early days in 2016 and also 2017, it was not clear who made the race, because behind Kubernetes there was Mesosphere and other solutions. Also Google Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm, not Google. Docker Swarm or Docker EE. And it was not clear what will be the standard in the future. But at the event where AWS said, we will not use a Swarm, we will not use Mesosphere, and we will not build our own solution, we will go to Kubernetes. This was the moment where the both biggest infrastructure choose Kubernetes, Google and AWS, and then it going more and more to the direction that Kubernetes is the standard as a management platform for containers. When you take a look to the cloud native market, you will see it's huge. It's not a fancy technology anymore. So you will see a lot of different solutions. When you take, I hope you see my mouse. If you take a look here, cloud native storage, you see here the little sign of Kasten K10 between more and more solutions. And here above is database, streaming and messages, and so on and so on. So the cloud native market is big, very big. And it's moving from stateless environments more and more to stateful sets. Let me say something to stateful and stateless. Stateless is Google search. So if I searching something at the end user and there is a problem, I will type it again. Nobody will hurt. This is stateless. You need no persistent storage, and it's okay if the data is loose. It will start very fast again. This means stateless. And stateful set is Gmail, for example. So when you send me a mail, you want maybe an answer. This means the data have to be persistent. We need the data. Otherwise, it makes no sense to build a Gmail application or a mail application. And this is the difference. And in a stateful set, you need a database. And this is why you need storage. And there are three topics who are very hard to fix in a Kubernetes environment: storage, persistent storage, network, and security. These are topics who are very hard to handle. You can do everything without paying license. If you use something here from the open source market, you can do that. But you have to be very sure you need a handful of very good engineers, because it's not easy. It's not clicking some links that I can do. No, you need good engineers, and these guys who have deep experience in Kubernetes are not so often on the planet, and every company wants them. So they earn a lot of money, and they can choose wherever they want to go. The hot topics I know are from Germany, Berlin, and Hamburg, and from the other points who are I'm familiar with is the United States, Seattle, and the Bay Area. I do not know other places where they want to go at the moment. Maybe there are something, but I know it's very hard from the end customer perspective to get people who have knowledge. So why are Kubernetes so interesting? What is the magic about containers? When you do and take a look to all harbors of the world, maybe 60 years ago, for my topic, it's Hamburg, because I'm born there and I know the harbor there. In the 1950s, there were 500,000 people in the harbor. And the ships coming into the harbor stay there for 1 week. The people put the goods outside and to take it to the warehouses. And this takes 1 week with 500,000 of people. And this is because there are no container. And in the 60s, where the container is founding, it's changed everything. It's looked like that. In the Hamburg harbor at the moment are working maybe 10,000 people. So this the guy here sitting in a crane and move the containers from the full automatic trucks to the ship. This is where this guy here is coming to the game, because he have to control that the ship will be storage right. And also you have some workers who have to take a look to the special containers who save them more than others. This is the only people who work there. There's maybe 10,000, but at the end the whole goods who are coming to the Hamburg harbor are, I think, 200 times more than in the 50s. So the reason why they change everything to the container is, yeah, to make more money at the end and to get more goods onto the environment. And it's the same in the IT. So in the IT business also, the people want to get more on their host. So the only difference that you have between a virtual machine and a container is that the virtual machine said to your application, "Hi, I am a server." and the container said, "Hi, I am a Microsoft server," or even "I am a Linux server." So you do not need the underlying OS for every application. You only need small parts of the libraries and maybe other tool sets for your application. This is a much more content that you can put to the hosts, and also because the application now is not monolith, it's a small microservice application. You can roll out your cluster and your Docker containers very, very fast. Yes, it's near the same, a little bit different, but it's near the same because both is virtual. And yes, the good things is when you change from virtual machines or from dedicated servers to containers, that you can really quickly run out your whole environment. It's safe. It's you can easily upgrade it, and it's have a nice scalability. Sets are also have an automation on the scale level, and this is very fast to handle it. You do not need many people in the operation team to handle it. And when you do everything with virtual machines in the cloud native world, you have to scale with people in your operation team. And this you don't need when you have Kubernetes. Yeah, the topic we have spoke to is persistent storage and stateful workflows. This is a hot topic. And yes, with an enterprise solution like K10, you can easily solve that problem. This is a slide you already see, and I don't think I have to mention it again. Yes, and at the end, what can your customer do if he's interesting to find out more? He can go to the website and take a free download to check 30 days completely for free with 50 worker nodes how it runs. And he have 10 worker nodes forever for free. We have customers outside there who have only 3 worker nodes but need the support, so they buy it. The free forever are without support. And also we have customers who have more than 10 worker nodes that they want to be safe with, and they also buy the enterprise solution. But the POC is completely for free. You can easily download it and try it. Do you have any more questions?
I think we had a good walkthrough. I'm very happy from my side. It's as I mentioned, it's a complex matter. I think you discussed both the Kasten part and explained Kubernetes, at least for me, a bit more thoroughly. So thank you, Stefan, for a good presentation. The technical side of the tool, that's another area. You actually managed to do it better than me, so no worries about that. Thank you for a good presentation.